This is Weasley, and I'm going to be reviewing y'all's teams for the SBF Season 13 VGC, and I am joined currently by Scythe, but there might be some other folks that pop up, and I'll just have to focus for a little while. So, with that in mind, Scythe, if you want to say hi, but...
Hi. How you doing?
Sorry. So yeah. With that said, let's get right into it, and I wanted to... This is VN's team, the Quantum Choice Scarfs, right here, and it's honestly quite fascinating. So, what you got here is Pelipper, Amogus, Kilo, Slowking, Galar, Tinkatung, Floatzel, Sunflora, Embor, Crook, Alolan, and Mismagius. So the initial thoughts... Rain.
Yeah, it's a rain team. Usually pretty good.
Fascinatingly,
don't have too many rain abuse. I guess Floatzel's that's a bit of a rain abuser, but...
Why Sunflora?
Does Kello like to... I'm guessing that's a low pointer, so I guess it may just be to patch up the draft.
Yeah, it's 2. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Probably one of the more interesting things is that it's like a defensive weather team, which is not the typical way that people use weather, but it is quite effective. Like, your main offensive users are Floatzel and Kilowattrel, and while they are fairly strong, mainly the defensive value you get out of the rain is going to be the main thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess the offensive leave like a little to be desired, but not too much, because Floatzel and rain is still pretty good.
Pelly's going to be just doing wide guard things and just, you know, the usual stuff.
Yeah. Pelipper just sets up Tailwind, sets up Rain, wide guards, throws out a couple Hurricanes, might U-turn.
Yeah, fairly good users of, like, the typical supporting moves, like Trick Room. Fake Out with Tinkaton is fairly nice, but you've got good Intimidate. Your speed tiers, the speed tiers are fairly good except for this big gap between Crook and Pelly. Right? And then you've got like a super strong... You've got like a super dangerous slow mode that can just kind of sit on things and just continuously regen, but... I guess the main issue is like the lack of pressure that you put out. Because unless there's a banded wave crash in front of a team, I don't think many people are respecting the amount of damage you do. It's a strong team, like, it's really strong defensively, but defensive rain is just generally kind of an interesting strategy on the whole, you know?
Yeah. It's like a very unique team. I would like a couple more offensive pieces.
But it works, right?
It works. I guess it lets the opponent kind of do what they want to do pretty easily, which might be problematic in some weeks. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Like, the type chart seems fine. Yeah, it's like checks all the boxes it needs to. Just yeah.
Yeah, it's... Also, another thing I like is that all of the Pokemon are bringable in general. So, like, it's just... You're just gonna have to adapt to a bunch of different things that go on. It's a team you play reactively, but it's a team that you can play very well, I think. So yeah, I'd rate it pretty highly.
Yeah, definitely. Probably a pretty good one. Just have to see what the general power ranking of the others are.
So, next we got Adora. And this is a team we actually kind of discussed, like, with a few other people prior to this. So Adura, in a nutshell, what you've got is you've got really strong. You've got like all of the support moves generally checked off, but this Trick Room mode and this Snow mode are the main things that you've got to be scared of.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like Spiritomb, you either go Spiritomb, Kappa, Blood Moon down here, which are just going to do lots of work, needless to say. But your main other thing
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the backs A9 stuff. And most of the other things are like somewhere in between there that can function on both, so
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I think Rabambi is an interesting pick when you already have a fairy, but it kind of works low-key.
I mean, it gives you that speed tier that you need, because 109 is very bad max speed. But I feel like anything that is like a 120 plus one might fit better than the Rabombi, I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe.
Like, you don't need bug offensively or defensively, and you already have a fairy spammer.
For the value,
Like, I
though,
just
right
don't...
now, you do push teams in a lot of different directions, right? And
The only reason you ever bring it is if you go against like a really fairy weak team, you might want to bring both fairies, but I don't see why you'd ever bring it over Ninetales.
You've got all the types you generally need in most situations still, so it's not awful. I guess you could kind of want a flying type maybe sometimes, but that's alright.
I mean, ground, are you ground weak? Yeah, you're not doing very against it.
Yeah, the weaknesses are evident, but none of them are really egregious. Fire is kind of bad considering your fire type is a Litten.
I mean, I don't like that ground weakness. I don't think Rotom Watch is the most reliable ground switch in, especially against like a Mold Break or a Gravity team, and dealing with the ones Rabombi, which is not really a switch in.
Yeah.
It's like very high horsepower spammable into the team.
But generally, ground types don't want to deal with some of these mons, like Rotom
I guess
Wash
the
or
fire
A9,
weakness,
but
I would also say, is a little
yeah,
bit of a problem, because outside of Rotom Wash,
your
your
resist
fire resist is Litten.
your resist is Litten. Your fire type is Litten.
Yeah. Especially on a snow team, you kind of want fire switch-ins.
Yeah. It's got a couple of holes. I mean, Bax is pretty good at dealing with fire types, but it's not going to want to switch in every time if you have like
it does not want to switch into an eruption or something.
Yeah.
Or like a fire blast.
Honestly, though, I kind of like it because it just puts out a ton of pressure. Like, the idea of combining Ursa BM with Bax Snow is very powerful, since both of those mons are a nightmare behind screens, and they synergize very well.
Yeah, definitely. I think it does what it wants to do very well, but then if there's anything that prevents it from doing that, it kind of just crumbles.
Yeah, the fungus.
It's like if they have like Trick Room in prison, or like some way of breaking screens, like on Tails, then you're just kind of gonna have a bad time.
The fungus is kind of an interesting pick too, which honestly I think is pretty solid for like.
And you can get a rage pile out late game, and then kind of get like a good turn, I guess.
Fungus honestly has pretty good bulk, especially with where it's priced. It's a solid pick.
Yeah, it's a decent one, yeah.
Yeah, well, probably. Again, we're probably going to get back to the actual ranking of power later on, right? But for now,
yeah,
good stuff. Up next, this team that haunts my nightmares, General Snowrunt, San Antonio Espers. He stole my luck.
Yeah, this is a pretty good team looking at it. Just like a from first glance.
Yeah,
Mm, only
Dragapult.
one grand immunity in Gliscor is pretty bad. I'll
Yeah,
be honest. Only one ghost resist with 3 weaknesses is not good.
what I see
It's not even
is
a normal type.
this team is very flexible. What is going on with Lycan Dusk's stats?
I think her dock is pretty.
No, it doesn't matter. Lycan Dusk doesn't have defensive stats anyway.
Yeah, it's not a defensive mon.
Let's just bring Sash on it every single week. But, yeah, what I see is Volk, Dragapult, Azumarill. And the first thing I think is, oh, he stole my team structure. And the second thing is, oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, that core is pretty scary.
And Scrafty too with the Intim to try to help out their physical bulk is...
Yeah.
And the good Tailmans too. You have 3 great Tailman setters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I like the high tiers, just some of the like middle to low tiers I think could be a little better.
It is kind of top heavy, but I do... But
I
these
really think
mons
the
are like
team
a
could have benefited
problem,
with
aren't
like
they?
yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
It looks terrifying, but you can probably figure out something. And oh... a few seasons ago, I remember Snowrunt somehow made his team weak to bug, and now almost everything resists bug. So,
Must you get a team that's an achievement. I don't know how you managed to get a team weak to bug. Unless you
yes,
throw
but
like
this is
15
like
dark types on it.
he is like super no to bug types now. But
Yeah,
that's a
I feel like
tangent.
most teams are super no to bug types.
That's a tangent. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Mhm. Your
Uh,
bug type is also pretty strong, but like, let's say we remove Snowrun
yeah,
and
be
Esper.
biased.
If we treat it as if Snowrun and Esper aren't on here, the type chart is even probably a little bit better. You do struggle again with the ground types and with the ghosts, as you said.
Yeah, I think I'm like echoing me mostly.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me
No, it's
proper?
okay. Yeah, I can hear you now. It's just I can hear myself in your background.
Uh, who joined?
Hi, Kaz. We're doing SBF
Hello.
VGC power games.
It's recorded.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're currently being recorded.
Hello, Kaz.
Hello,
This is
everyone.
my life.
Team 3 out of 16.
Hello. Oh, Weasley must love these teams. Got his favorite mons on it. Whose is this?
We were just finishing this
Storm.
up. This is General Snowrun.
Damn, he didn't draft Stall?
Storm
Damn.
double is not real though.
Yeah, it's a good team. I don't know anything about doubles, but good team. It's Kaz approved.
So, I think we just say this is pretty high and move on to the next team, which is actually Sonic just made some transactions like just now. So we're just looking at those. I just added them. And the first thing I think is that you're kind of stacking types like a lot.
Yes. Having 6 repeated types is not normal.
Does Applin do anything in doubles?
It's 1 point.
No, it's just like 1 point.
Oh, I think Satotal's pretty based.
I'd say so too.
And I'm assuming Alolan Vulpix gets Aurora Veil? Or am I making that up?
It does. It's
Yeah,
also
can't get
1
like
point,
clicks
so that's a pretty good 1 point pickup, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sort of a conflict I see on this team is that immediately Murkrow and Clefairy are competing for the Eviolite.
Oh, was that item spawns?
Oh yeah, because you only use one item in VGC.
Yeah.
But also, like, Incineroar, Milotic, Chestnut is a pretty good starting core. Like, this is pretty solid for some of the things that I've seen Sonic do, honestly. He's got some
You
good...
need Milotic though if you got Araquanid.
No. Frankly, no.
Yeah, what does my life do if I reckon it's
I don't know.
it'd be something else. Like an actual fairy type.
I don't know what... Some of these things I don't know why.
Like
Like,
you don't
somehow
have
you've
steel
managed to create the worst poison weakness I have ever seen, but...
How are you poisoned? What the fuck? What do you know?
There is no steel type, and there is no ground to even fight back against the poisons.
Most of the poison weak mons are pretty low tiered mons, but also the fact that
good luck doing like an iron moth or something.
Oh my goodness, look at Rock.
Wasn't this... There's like no legendaries, no paradox? Isn't that the format?
It's Reg H, yeah, so no legends, no paradox.
Oh, okay.
You're lucky in Salazzle.
Or Salazzle, yeah.
Yeah, you have no flying resist, you're just... I feel like Sonic's built a pretty good structural team in terms of, like, supporting and offense, but... Like, Chandelure, Poryzy, Arak is a pretty strong offensive core. And you've got some pretty good supporting pieces to go along with it, like Clef, Murkrow, and Incineroar. But they kind of just conflict with each other in a way that, like, messes with your type chart, and you just are missing resists to a lot of key types.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
I just a rock week.
I don't like this team at all. I think you should like keep like the Incineroar, Chestnut, maybe
used all of his
Murkrow,
transactions already. This is after.
Okay, I
that's rough.
Yeah, I don't know. I would give up. I don't like this team.
No, don't say that. It's never worth it.
Don't give up.
Don't give up, but like...
He's gonna be able to...
Good luck. Yeah, I know.
He's still gonna be able to accomplish stuff, I think. He's got some good foundations on it.
I mean, you have the best VGC the whole time, so you might be fine.
I mean, it's like he's 8-monning, but 3 of the mons all want to be like the exact same job, and 2 of the mons want the exact same item. So I think it's gonna be a bit difficult. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's gonna be very difficult for him.
Yeah. Good luck, Sonic, if you're watching. Next we have the Baltimore Rookie D's coached by DC. And this team is immediately, like, giving me, like, super top-heavy vibes, but also, like, it's a good kind of top-heavy, you know? And for all intents and purposes, let's cut out these 3. Because... in practice, these are the Pokemon you're going to be bringing, right? And
yeah,
it looks pretty good, honestly.
Yeah,
like you have most of your bases covered. The size spam with Indeedee Gardevoir is going to be very strong, because you have double expanding force that can just melt through some teams sometimes.
Yeah.
The Sneasler also takes good advantage of that.
Sneasler Garchomp is like a nice duo. Because Sneasler gets walled by poison types. So
yeah.
Garchomp
Garchomp plus Jumpluff is also pretty strong. And your speed tiers honestly aren't terrible. I would have loved to see like a Trick Room mode that... This team doesn't really have a way of dealing with Trick Room.
Yeah, but it's just kind of counter Trick Room.
Yeah, you can always just
Trick Room Indeedee, but that's...
You can imprison Trick Room with Gardevoir or Indeedee. But, or you can roll it with Empoleon.
Easiest way.
But you don't really have a Trick Room mode. You have a fantastic fast mode, and all these speed tiers are like relevant, right? Like you get up to Unburdened Sneasler, which is like crazy fast, but you only get down to Empoleon, which is kinda slow. You're not underspeeding something like an Ursa or something in Trick Room.
No, you get rolled by a Trick Room, but you win if you can keep Trick Room off.
The goal is to just kind of keep Trick Room off by whatever means necessary if the matchup calls for it, and then you kind of can just roll people outside of it. Type chart looks pretty solid, other than like the ground weakness, right?
Yeah. That's a little bit, not too much.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Hisuian Arcanine takes a bit of more like a defensive role in VGC, because currently
A little
my
bit.
thought as a singles player is priority with E-speed and then hard hitting, but
And
with the
it
psychic
can
terrain
do
you
either.
can't do E-speed.
It can do either. It can be
mean-
defensive or it can play offensive. It's a pretty flexible mon.
And with Intim, it's not more like it likes pivoting
Yeah,
in and out and just intiming constantly.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because of the psychic terrain it can't extreme speed.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah.
And your fake outs, you have great fake out and great prankster with Morgrim, but it can be kind of tough to deal that when you also have Psy Spam, but at the same time, it's also really strong because it means that opponents have to prep for both Psy Spam and priority.
Yeah, just
And this guard chomp is, like, you hit insanely hard. If you look at, like, the average stats, it, like, says it all.
yeah. A little bit.
Good redirection. Good, like, stuffs on the whole. Good speed control. I think this team's gonna do well, honestly. Just watch the ground.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Next, we've got someone who might need some introduction. Love Yourself, coached by someone who you might know. I'm just gonna step out and let y'all do the analysis.
Neither of us know VGC that well.
Oh,
Pretend
God.
you do.
Right, I remember some of this when you were drafting it. You thought Salamence was a lot lower than it should be, so it was good value. That's why you picked it round one.
But I do like you have specifically one of every type, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I
very...
don't know how good Golem is in VGC, but I've always seen Golem as bad.
It gets some pretty
Camera,
good moves.
I don't know how good spikes are going to be in VGC, but it could be alright. I know
Prizes are a
Oranguru
lot
is really good. Dirge can be very strong. You have a very good Firewall to Grass. Klefki screens. I like the Hariyama paired with the Mence as like a ice resist. I think that's very good.
Do you forget Fairy? Yeah, you actually have Klefki Dodge.
I think it's solid, but your only redirection appears to be Rage Powder Venomoth. I don't think there's anything else.
I don't have anything else, unfortunately.
Yeah, Venomoth doesn't really want
Yeah.
to take attacks too much. Unless like quad resisted. So my
And I mean, your Trick Room is kind of with the Oranguru would pretty much only be Hariyama. I don't think Golem's going to be very good in Trick Room, and then
Right.
Dirge might be a little too fast.
Evolve's really decent in Trick Room. Like
I
45 is
don't-
pretty slow.
Dirge is decent.
I just mean
in
it's a
Trick
bad
Room.
mon in total. But
I mean, yeah, but in Trick Room you can kind of like take attacks off.
Golem's move pool is surprisingly wide. Like, he gets some pretty
Oh yeah, it's a
decent-
Gen 1 mon against like everything.
yeah, but doesn't it get a lot of special moves which you can't use? Because 55
Yes,
special
but I was
attack.
thinking like the supporting moves mostly. Not like the single supporting moves, but never mind. Just let me do something real quick. Yeah,
Oh,
there.
wide guard. Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Golem's kind of like
It's
budget.
not horrific there, but yeah.
Golem's like budget Rhyperior, but it's kind of on a pretty substantial budget. The bulk
It's
isn't
budget
bad.
rip, like
Like the bulk on Golem isn't
It's
bad.
Great Depression, Rhyperior.
It's Great Depression Rhyperior. But sort of
Yeah,
the idea behind
yeah.
a lot of this is I have certain strategies, and the plan is the idea is that even if I don't have like a super strong top tier, hopefully the amount of nightmares that my team will give with some of these lower tier Pokemon, like, yes, it's hard to deal with an Archaludon that's boosting its defense, but have you ever tried dealing with a Skeledirge behind screens? Or, like...
Yeah, this team does look very annoying to prep against. I also like that you have, I guess we could say, offensive setup, like the Superior Contrary with Leaf Storm, Skeledirge just clicking like Talk Song. I think that's really good. I like the priority in Hisuian Samurott. Yeah, it just seems, very annoying to prep against. Is Hariyama your only fake out user? Do you have any fake out other than Hariyama, or is that it?
No,
That's
it's
it.
on the sidewalk.
It'd be better, I suppose, if I had other fake outs, but...
Yeah, but I think Hariyama is pretty solid for the team. I like it. I like the team.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm a fan.
Cryogonal's kind of just there, but...
It's fine, Freeze Race is a good move.
Have you ever heard the
Yes,
tragedy
no.
of Darth Cryogonal the Wise?
No, I have not.
Legend says that he could learn attract, but not attract others.
Well, because he's got no gender.
Also because no one likes him, but yeah.
It's not because he's non-binary. Get out of the two... Sorry.
No.
Wait, they're non-binary, sorry.
Yeah, well.
I'm getting cancelled.
These power ranking, we can't release these. We can't release the footage. Wesley, you're getting cancelled so much.
Wrap it up. Let's restart.
Okay. Anyway, missing name. I was telling you, I cannot for the life of me explain the Bronzor pick in round 6. I do not understand why this Bronzor is here, and it's torturing me. I don't understand.
Okay, I've seen someone bring like Psywave Bronzor to a game recently, so now I'm just convinced Bronzor players are cooking something or just on a higher plane of existence. You can just see things regular mortals don't.
So this team is actually very interesting. Because if you look at the type chart, it looks great other than the fact that you have no Dark Resist.
Yeah.
And a fairly substantial Dark weakness
so knockoffed.
Yeah. Also, look at the speed...
weaknesses.
If you look at the speed tiers...
Was your max speed 86?
Oh,
get out of here.
I didn't even realize. That's so funny.
It's your fastest Pokemon Galora.
Based. The only slight benefit I see to this team is Bronzor is the only mon that would use Eviolite, since Sentret is always going to be Sash, follow me. There is no other Sentret set.
I still don't understand why the Bronzor is on the team.
Okay, he really wants Trick Room up.
He just really wants it. Does it get wide guard or anything?
No, I don't think so. Let me try.
I doubt it.
It does not.
Maybe it's just a mascot pick. Maybe it's just a mascot pick.
His mascot is Mimikyu.
It's close enough, right?
Yeah, but Dragonite is really strong. D-Knight Mudsdale is a pretty strong core on the whole. And, like, this team is going to do a lot of things in Trick Room. It's just that if your Trick Room gets blocked, your fastest mon is 86.
If you're going to use a better Trick Room team, you're kind of just going to have a bad time.
Does he have any, like, beat up or anything?
I think... Hang on, let me check. I think Farigiraf gets it.
You're going to do beat up stamina, I guess, but you're still just going to get blasted by an Ice Beam.
Yeah. And Weak Armor Ceruledge does kind of help. Like, you have good priority and good, like, speed setup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, good priority, though, because your Tailwind setter is a Dragonite. But nothing against this team, honestly. This team's good at the one thing that it does. and that's respectable. Bronzor just makes it better at that one particular thing, right? This is like dedicated TR. Watch out for
Yeah.
dark
He just
holes.
really wanted a switch in. Like he has the Grimoire in, he takes that onto the Bronzor, lives the high horsepower, whatever, due to levitate, and then clicks Trick Room. That's all he wanted it for. I see the vision.
You have 2 extra points,
How does
though.
Vileplume not get Rage Powder?
It doesn't.
Or it gets
Vileplume
Side,
should
but,
get Rage Powder.
It gets every other utility move in the game. Okay, you can't have everything.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So honestly, I like the
Vileplume good
team
again.
now. You have some stuff.
I like D
It's-
Knight. D Knight's just strong.
Yeah, D Knight's probably the thing that the team has going for it more than anything, but like this team does have potential, and Missing Name is like terrifying to go against, just as a player. But
Yeah, I'm also
not
thinking
entirely
in.
sure. I'm not entirely sure what he was cooking with this.
Yeah, I'm just thinking in Trick Room, his Munsdale clicking EQ, he's got a flying type in Dragonite, an immunity in both of his Levitate Mons, Bronzor and Vikavolt, and an immunity with Theta Orthworm. So that can be really strong.
Yeah.
Multi-moves unnerved and doubles because I think 2 things.
Yeah, even still.
FYI. No, but like, it doesn't do that much. Like Mudsdale it's good. It does good damage, not like insane damage.
Yeah, so we'll just see how it turns out, right? He'll pilot it
Yeah.
well. Trust. Next up, we got Yes Indeedy.
Oh, hard size spam.
This is like
Even
a
harder size on the other guy.
dedicated Sunroom. It is like so. It's like a team where
Yeah.
the entire premise of this team is based on a mind game. Like, but it's based on like what will your opponent, what are we going to lead? I think this is Blizzard, right? So what are we going to lead in this game? Because you probably just bring the same mons every week, right?
It's always top 6.
You'll bring top 6
Yeah,
every
but
time.
you have the Ditto and the Rampardos, maybe, but
no,
top 6.
No.
It
How
comes
does
down to like guessing what.
Hostile work. Is it random or is it whoever you're in front of?
I thought it was the
It's whoever
diagonal.
you're in front of.
You're in front of. I don't know. Ditto just seems a little difficult. Like, it wouldn't be able to lead, really. You'd always have to have it in the back, and that's always just like a feels bad.
Yeah, but the lead options, right? Generally, you're gonna see something like Lilicol or Indeedee Hatterene, Indeedee Torkoal, Torkoal Gastrodon even, or Indeedee Armourouge or something. Hetrain and Indeedee honestly kind of just feel like they do the same thing. But your top speed, like the top speed on the paper looks pretty bad, but when you consider that after you Lilligant's gonna be moving before like everything, most of the time, it becomes pretty alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Does
Rog
Indeedee not get follow me? I thought it did.
Indeedee gets follow me.
It does. It's
Why is
not
the doc saying it doesn't?
Oh, yeah, I think a doc's messed up.
It said that Indeedee Male got follow me when it didn't, so I guess it's confused.
Oh, so it's sexist doc confirmed, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cancel the doc, not me.
Cancel the doc. Speaking of this, this ground weakness is fairly significant, but it's mainly
Yeah,
with like
and
the lower tier mons. So let's just let's say we cut
Can you
everything
take
with
out
the top
bottom
6.
like 5? Okay, still pretty bad, but it's like
You
better.
have no normal resist.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, Ursulina Blood Moon kind of.
Yeah, that Blood Moon's coming real hard.
Yeah.
Let's get
Like a hyper
Adura.
voice
Let's tell
spammer
Adura
is
that
just gonna-
Ursaluna Blood Moon is good in this matchup, like it isn't good in every matchup.
Yeah. Though I feel like Torkoal. Like, you're in Trick Room, Torkoal just clicks Solar Beam.
Oh, what's going on
I'm
with Indeedee
assuming-
stats too? It's It's invisible defenses again. But maybe, yeah, sorry.
I don't know, you must have deleted something. This is why I don't like these type of docs.
Yeah, boss. Actually, Kaz, I don't like your prep doc. The UI is so bad.
It's okay, I understand. Yeah,
So,
this,
how do you
this
feel
team
about
is
this
fine.
team? It's like, yeah, you're kind of
It's
just
like
bringing
it has one idea, but that idea is a really good idea. So
It's like you
But
wanted
it's
to
also
play
got
ladder.
it's like opposite ideas because it's Trick Room plus Sun. So it has
Yeah, no,
two options,
Sunroom
which is quite difficult to prep
Sunroom
for, but
is
they
like a
can't both
legitimate
come.
game plan most of the time.
Sunroom is a very good can. Percent Reggae is
Yeah.
really good.
It's like you decided you want to play ladder in draft, which is fine, but like, why?
Oh well, it's just pretty exploitable because they know exactly. They can just like I'm sure there can be one mod on most teams that can just kind of beat everything in the 6. A bit a lot of the 6.
Yeah, I was looking at this team like in my preparation, and I was like, there's like one mon on my team that just kind of destroys everybody here.
Yeah.
I won't be saying it because that's spoilers for my game, but
Mm.
anyway, so it's pretty solid. Next we got Mr. Atsaro, the Pegnitz Piranhas, and he has like, this is rain. This is rain as I consider it most of the time.
This is actually rain.
This is like really dangerous rain too. Archaladon, Polytoad,
Yeah,
Overquill.
pretty solid. So it's another one. Just look at his speed tiers. I know it's rain, but come on.
Oh goodness gracious! Why are there
one
485s? Why are there 4 mons at 85?
Yeah. There is something with rain where it's like, oh, every rain mon must be 85 base speed. It's like, why?
Yeah, but like.
So I like top 3, but the rest I just don't like.
This team's somehow even slower than 86.
Yeah. Though it does have rain to kind of make up for it.
And it does have
I think Electros
Prankster
is pretty
Tailwind.
good. Alcremie Decorate.
Yeah.
Serena blocks priority with Queenly Majesty.
The Tailwind from Volbeat really does help with the speed tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some other people are going to have priority Tailwind as well, so.
Yeah. He has a ton of helping hand.
Yeah,
A
he really wants to help Archaladon out.
Yeah. But he's got no redirection.
He's got no fairy resist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these mobs are
very
actually
ice
bringable.
weak.
Alright? It'd be kind of nice if you had like faster top speed, like if you got something in like the 120s or something. That'd be great.
We've got just like each one like at least 100 base speed. That would make it so much nicer.
Yeah, because it becomes a little more easy to prep against something at these speed tiers in Tailwind.
Yeah, because like every opponent you're going to go against is going to be so bulky because they can afford run like Adamant and Modest and like 150 HPs.
Archaladon is so
You also
though.
don't really have a proper Trick Room option. You got Trick Room
really
with
don't have a Trick Room
Farigiraf,
option
but
like, at all. Your Trick Room setter is
Yeah.
just Giraffe Rig, which isn't ideal.
Your
Golurk
speed is 50,
Golurk
which is
is
not
like a
fast
really
enough for Trick Room.
Golurk is a really strong mon in Trick Room if you play it right, but
I just think it's like too fast for Trick Room.
does Golurk get Fisher? Is that allowed?
no, it doesn't get Fisher.
No, God Fisher isn't a
Golurk
thing.
just
That's allowed.
Golurk just genuinely hits really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
124 attack. And you're hitting all your stone edges, everything.
Poltergeists.
Yeah.
You just dynamic punch spam.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a trick?
Yeah.
Might.
Yeah.
Generally, though, the speed
Plot's
tiers.
trick.
Yeah. The speed tiers kind of ruin it for me, honestly.
Yeah, having
Yeah.
your entire team in a 35 speed point range is kind of bad.
But I like what you were going for, Zaro. Like, Swift's
I
motor
like
build
the
is...
idea behind it, but execution, not so much.
Yeah, I
Execution is
would
decent,
patch a
other
couple
than
of
like the
things up.
speeds that you kind of have to keep in mind. Anyway, this is my next week opponent. Smoliv, and I honestly think Smoliv's team is really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks pretty good at first glance. Nothing really sticks out as bad or problematic.
You've got like all the support moves you need. Persian was a really good pickup for 4, honestly.
Yeah. Ground is a little difficult into you since, I mean, you got an immunity in Vivian, but your resist is
No.
Grookey.
Yeah, the resist is a Grookey.
Yeah, weakens Earthquake, I guess. I guess everything's
I guess.
Or anyway.
Yeah.
But it's a Grookey, to be fair.
Yeah. Sylveon looks very strong. Picks like high voices.
Yeah, you can just kind of spam spread moves with this team.
You kind of get
Yeah.
one-nutted on though, a lot.
And Mamoswine is honestly like a really consistent ground type. Also like great speed tier work, honestly. This is how speed tiers should look.
You could argue that you might want something in like a 130 point range, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's
But like 130 range mons aren't exactly easy to come by, so
Yeah, definitely. Especially when there's no legendaries, definitely.
mm-hmm.
But I think this is solid. I would have probably liked a little more redirection. I mean, you got Rage Power on Vivian, which is
Vivion's really strong as like a redirector. It's like genuinely a great mon in my opinion, but because like Friend Guard makes it
like
so...
someone just brings. He gets Friend Guard? Why?
Yeah, and you can just spam Pollen Puff, Tailwind, Rage Powder, all the support moves ever.
Everyone is bringing Rock Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like Edgequake just demolishes you entirely.
Yeah. Also, Wide Guard into. I know you were mentioning it due to the Sylveon, but also hits like for the Typhlosion.
And the Komodo and the Gold.
Yeah, is Komodo Clanger? That hit
Clanging
both?
Scales.
I don't.
Yeah.
Doesn't Make a Rain hit both?
Mirror hits both, yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, Wide Guard's
like
coming every week.
Too. You're getting so Wide Guarded on.
I like your defensive pieces though.
Komodo can be used as a defensive
Goldengo
piece
is like
too.
a really good defensive thing.
Yeah. With
Slowbro,
Bro and a long
Muckalola.
Muck.
Yeah, you have really nice defenses.
And the Trick Room mode honestly isn't bad either.
Yeah.
Like, some of the faster modes, like if you
I mean,
wanna
Slowbro
run,
can
like,
just trick itself.
Yeah. Like,
I
with
think
some
this
of
is
these
solid.
mons-
Just everyone's going to bring the exact same stuff each week against you.
Yeah. But this team's still gonna work anyway. Because it's just generally pretty solid. Yeah, we'll see where you go. Sketch Vortex by Vortex. This team also doesn't really have like a super top end. But I think that's okay because like Prim Metagross is a pretty strong core. Like I was genuinely considering it.
Yeah, some
And you've
pretty
got
decent priority with this team.
yeah, you've got the Infernape has pretty good priority, Haxorus First Impression, and Metagross Bullet Punch, and Metagross Berserker also
Yeah.
with the Steely
Yeah,
Spirit.
that's strong. Speed tickets look pretty good because you have to remember Minior can go shields down. I think that's 120 base speed.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And
So
also
speed
like
tickets are pretty decent.
your type chart is solid. You're not weak to the
Yeah.
types that teams usually tend to be weak to, which is interesting,
Yeah.
but yeah.
There's nothing bad with that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, picking Smeargle pick one is pretty based.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a solid mon, but you're basically telling everyone that you know how to outplay their team.
I mean, you gotta win them if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Because, like, you've got to play it smart in order to be able to get the most value out of Smeargle. It is,
Yeah,
like, a really strong
Smeargle.
mon. It's like Mew in singles, basically, if that's an analogy.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that too. It's just the skill issue on there. If you don't like mutant singles, you're just bad at the game. If you don't like Smeagles and doubles, you're just bad at the game.
I do feel like with this team, it kind of wants to be follow me or like Rage Powder all the time.
Smeargle
Just because he has no other
look,
users.
Look.
It just does everything.
Yeah. So you're not really lacking in any particular area. Like, most of these supporting options, you have multiple options outside of Smeargle even. And, like, genuinely, there's some pretty good stuff going on. You have a great Firewater Grass, and also great Fairy Dragon Steel, honestly. You kind of do
Yeah, it's
wish you had,
solid.
like, a way to deal with, like, maybe Gravity, but yeah.
You also have the Quillfish, which not only intimidate, but also
Yeah.
the exact same speed as all of Sorrow's Rain Sweepers. So you just reverse. You can reverse it on him.
Yeah, the electric weakness isn't great, but that's like the only significant weakness.
You don't have a ground type, which is interesting. You don't have a dark type, which is also a little weird.
No ghost is more surprising.
Yeah,
But no dark, you're just kind of inviting Prankstermons.
Yeah, I feel like no ghost is okay, no dark is weird. Dark is very good. Like, kind of generally one bottom three. You kind of want a ground type. You probably want a poison type. You can
He's got Quillfish.
Also, just generally enough at this team specifically.
I do just like the idea behind it though, because like I love Flamigo and I love a lot of the things that you're doing with this team. Right?
It does look like a fun team.
It does.
And annoying to prep against.
Yeah. Frankly.
Yeah.
Smeargle's always going to be, but especially if you have something like Prim, Metagross, Haxorus.
Yeah. And even some weeks you bring Shell Smash Minior.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Good luck
How
to
does
you.
Co-Star work? Is that...
It duplicates your allies'
Does it get the
stat
Shell
changes.
Smash?
It does give a boost from Shell Smash, yes. It gives a boost any way the boost is acquired. Which there are a lot of ways to acquire boosts with this team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just really need to give Metagross shift gear.
No.
Yeah, that would be insane.
No, very balanced, bro.
And Mega Metagross would be anything goes.
It would, but very balanced, Roast.
Next we have Cornwall Crobats, coached by Mobert.
My eyes are up.
Sorry.
Flashback.
initial impressions?
Pretty
Because the first thing I see is like you have a Ninetales, but like your team is actively worse in Sun.
Not round 3 Ninetales and you just didn't touch Sun at all.
No, Cross is the Talon Flame.
What's your
And wants
what's your
really
overly
hard temper
slightly more?
flares. You just want really hard temper flares from Gyarados.
Rillaboom
Yeah,
Grimmsnarl
a
is
very
like
interesting team.
Rillaboom Grimmsnarl is like I love it, right? You have like great
Yeah.
fake out,
Yeah.
great pivoting around, but like where does your offense come from, honestly? Is probably the main problem.
It's Gyarados.
The
I mean,
one
Gyarados
point
plus
is-
Raichu's pretty good.
Yeah, Gary
Right,
plus
I saw that a
Raichu.
lot in
What
Gen
beast?
A.
Raichu likes fake outing, Raichu likes nuzzling, I like switching out.
Yeah. You've got a lot of speed again, honestly. But again, you also just struggle with to deal with Trick Room. You can't even counter TR, right?
Yeah.
There's this one tech that
You
I
see, like-
remember that you can do with Riolu that stops Trick Room, but I don't know if I want
There's
to
a
give it
lot
away.
of crazy things you can do with Riolu.
Yeah, it's for 3 points. It is an absolute steal.
Yeah, if you know how to use it, it's a steal.
No, it becomes a steal when it evolves. Thank you,
You
thank
got
you. I'm
me.
here all week. I reversed Wheelie.
Yeah, but like
Uh,
this team is like a lot of support. You have too much sauce and not enough meat, maybe, but like I do notice that you like drafted a bunch of mons that you're really comfortable with. Like Mobert loves using Raichu and Alolan Dugtrio, and even like Riolu, I think. So you get some of the new stuff, like some of the new bulky big guys, but also some of the stuff you're comfortable with. I think that's generally a recipe for success. But like,
Yeah,
I'm
my
curious
issue
to
is this
see-
team is just seems completely all sauce, no meat. There's like zero power on this team except like DD Gara and like Banded Woodhammer.
I'd love it if there were like a big Sun abuser that like made it evident what this team was doing, but like, yeah.
There's like a
Yeah.
Charizard on this team or something.
well, if you got Venusaur in both Sun and Grassy Terrain looks very good.
And Venusaur's
Yeah, Venusaur's
price, I don't
great.
know, but
I mean, all this team is great.
yeah.
And another thing, there's like no redirection.
Yeah.
No redirection, but no Trick Room either, but what can you do?
Actually, no, this is wrong. Your doc is wrong. Raichu gets follow me.
It got cut in the decks, in the regional decks.
Yeah. I think it was like event only Raichu gonna follow me in some weird gym,
Yeah.
and then there you go.
Event Riolu
Oh,
also
yeah.
got follow me, but it also lost that, so
This is so
Yeah,
sad.
real. Yeah. Maybe if it was Gen 7, the team would have redirection, but unfortunately not.
Mhm. Good stuff, though. My Draco Academia. This team is... Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Uh,
yeah, you see the idea, right?
Yeah.
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 But Clodsire is very interesting.
I don't think
Clodsire
Clodsire in doubles is good.
We need to applaud
I-
the Claude, guys. We need to applaud
It's
the Claude.
not.
Oh, it's good in singles.
I did see on the dock like all of the stall stuff was really low, and I was like, oh no, stall run's gonna grab everything, and he didn't.
Well, no, because Storm doubles is bad because you just hit the other side and just let Clodsire slowly toxic everything. And then by the time it's done, you're like, it's just the Clodsire versus the world.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're definitely bringing top 3 every matchup.
Yeah, and
I don't
Yeah.
see a single
Mousen,
matchup where you wouldn't have top 3.
Mouse and Wims kind of overlap in some ways, but like, that doesn't really matter. You have a you have like a crazy tailwind option with eruption and water spout, and you have good supporting options still with like the fake out on Blastoise, and the Ralliodon also hits pretty hard. You have the even like the contrary skill swap on some of these mons, but yeah. A lot of it's just going to come down to, can you beat Mouse Ape?
Yeah.
It does kind of feel like a Mouse Ape held together with hopes and dreams. Like the rest, I just don't think the rest of the team has anything on it.
Blastoise and Hisuian Type are pretty strong, but
Yeah. Even offensive Whimsicott can do stuff. Duraludon, not really. And then Frostmoth and Malamar are both like, they can work sometimes, but majority of the time,
you
not
just
the
grind
greatest.
whatever your like 8 mousehold check is, and then do what you want with the rest of your team.
yeah, just put a Rocky Helmet on something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a Rocky Helmet on it, give it follow me, you beat Mousehold.
Call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst team we've seen.
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, for some of these teams make me confused, but this one makes logical sense, which is a good start.
The Duraludon is the only flying
no
resist.
no offense to anyone who might be sad by that statement, but like, some of these don't make sense, man.
Yeah, you want to name anyone? Want to call anyone out?
Yeah.
I do get that. That is the worst when you do a power ranking and then someone's like, wow, you've made me not have fun anymore. It's like, this is all opinionated. Chill out.
Yeah, but I don't want to make people sad.
Okay, if you don't want to get sad, don't watch the PL video.
Yeah. We speak the hard truth. We're not sugarcoating anything.
What's the hard truth about this team?
That's sand.
It's sand,
it's
indeed.
Top 6, maybe 7 mons every week.
Yeah, there's some pretty egregious weaknesses. Like, just look at this ice weakness.
Oh, you don't have a single ice. What are you doing? A singular and all 9-tails and you're cooked.
Yeah,
but
he
most of
decided to
those
get 2 steel types that don't resist ice.
Yeah, most of those are from the mons that probably aren't coming. So, if you do this, there's still
a pretty massive ice weakness, fire weakness, fighting weakness.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got very good support in like Sinistra and
It
Porygon
hits really
Z.
hard. It hits really, really hard.
Yeah, sand option. I don't know what Corviknight does in doubles.
Basically, he's just like an anchor.
Tailwind.
He tailwinds Scary Face, sometimes sets up and does body press stuff. He's just like sort of a defensive asset for teams, right?
You can switch and on to attack and just U-turn out to the other thing.
Yeah, this team's kind of missing the like defensive pressure. Like, P2 is super bulky. These stats are adjusted for Eviolite because why not? But
maybe a little confusing. It sounds like 156 defense with Eviolite.
Oh god.
No, they are adjusted
how does anyone need that?
But without some of these other mons, like, even with some of these other mons, your speed, you're like super slow. Just in general.
Yeah. Oh wait, is your max speed? Oh, I guess in sand it's a little different. Max speed 88 out of sand.
This is the season of the slows.
Yeah.
Max speed is 80 something.
I mean, yeah, though he does have ways of getting speed.
I love
DDT, tar, sand with drill.
Slows and I saw your mom.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of banking on Sinistra just being like the best mon on the team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of overlapping, the double steal, the double ground. It's interesting.
But Excadrill is like the big sand abuser, you see? Yeah, I'd love something like Houndstone.
Yeah.
And then
this
you've
team.
got Trick Room with I feel like there's going to be a Sugarberry coming like every week against this person.
Yeah, absolutely. Does Exegol get high horsepower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're gonna get hit super hard with the ground moves, but like, then what?
I bring Shuka, like, profiling type at it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just throw an Ice Beam somewhere at this team. In the general vicinity of this team.
Yeah.
This team loses to cold weather, you'll be fine.
Loses
But
to Icy Wind.
It's really strong. Like, you can do a lot of things with this team.
Yeah.
It's just like...
All the
Please.
power is just pretty exploitable in some areas. And some matchups, you're just gonna have a bad time. And
Seriously, I
it's
feel like I've
upset.
been making a lot of negative comments here, but like...
But that's all
it's-
PRs are,
it's-
so.
It's scary.
Mm.
You know? You're a good player. You're not bad. Please don't hurt yourself. I love you, boy.
Don't hurt
Anyway.
yourself or me. This is all opinions.
Anyway,
Better not receive angry DMs.
Zealous Zebstrika, coached by Angel.
Oh, does it Gary?
Top 2 guarantee.
Yeah, Mr.
So they got
Adura,
Sun Cone,
our
it's
good friend
over.
Mr. Adura is facing this team. I helped him prep against it. It's honestly very fascinating. Like the Bronzong, honestly defensively, like Bronzong Dozo. But
Yeah,
Bronzong
that one's
kinda
fun to
just-
break.
Zong kind of just does hold this team together in a lot of aspects.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I
Zon's
know.
a piece to do that, though.
I have to see Trick Room Sunkern at one point though.
Yeah,
That is like the one thing I need to see.
yeah. Sunkern
Oh,
is
my boy.
Hey, well, get him back.
Sunkern is essential
Not
to
the
the
sea.
functioning of this team.
Yeah, it's the mascot. The mascot's so important.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the mascot
I-
is Zebstrika.
No, it's
Didn't
not.
draft it, so it doesn't count. I know Magmortar's pretty good. I think Magmar in general is better in VGC, but Magmortar for some reason gets follow me, so it's pretty decent.
It's good.
Yeah. It's following into Mono 5, which is amazing. But
Also,
okay.
like, there's some funny things you can do with disguising your Zoroark as Stundozo.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be scary.
Speed tiers,
There's a lot
you
of fun
have
Zoroark stuff you can do.
you have Pokemon above 90 base speed, so your speed tiers look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally there'd be a
We
little
approve on
questionable,
speed
but
tiers.
based on what we've seen so far, you have good species.
Yeah, I mean, well, 82 get down to 45 isn't the greatest.
Yeah, 110 to 85 ain't great, but it's better than what we've seen, so it's okay.
Yeah.
There are some big gaps, but, like, yeah.
And then realistically, you are just 8 mons in an 11 mon format.
Yeah, but those 8
Yeah,
mons are
but
good
most teams
mons.
are 8 mons.
Like,
Oh,
you have a great
wow.
trick... Like, there's a great Trick Room mode here with the Bronzong and the Rhydon. And also, there's a
Yeah.
pretty solid fast mode, because Illuminized Tailwind will make these Dracos hit really hard, and whatever Magnortor's thrown out hit really hard.
Fire Lost or something. Yeah.
Meow can break all the bulky waters that annoy Dondoza plus Geary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
So
think
it's
did
pretty
they
solid.
patch it? You can do the thing where Tatsugiri goes into Dondozo but dies to like Toxic or something, and it still gives Dozo the boosts. Is that a thing, or do they patch that?
No, they didn't patch it. The only thing that they did to nerf Dondozo, which was a really sad patch for me, is when they made it so that if your order up hits a protect, it no longer still gives you the stat boost.
Oh.
Uh,
I mean, yeah, balancing reasons.
Yeah, but that was a
Yeah,
fun
those are good.
mechanic.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah, but
what
Dozo
made
Geary's
Dozo
are
so
very
over
good.
centralizing in Reggae.
especially in our age. It's like one of the better calls.
Yeah. Weaknesses, type chart looks
Yeah, I
pretty
think it's a
solid.
solid team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solid team. Nothing wrong with it.
Lastly, we have Ryan's team, the Mario Kart V2. And yeah, it looks good, honestly. Like, you've got the speed, you've got like sufficient use of your weather here, right? You've got good trick room, you've got like game plans that you can execute, intimidate, fake out the stuffs, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of things, got a lot of pieces. Pretty good. Nothing, no major weaknesses. It's a solid team.
Is redirection a lot more rare than I thought? Because I feel like a lot of stuff should have
A lot
it.
of these
And we're
teams
seeing
don't.
tons of teams with no follow me.
Redirection's
Yeah, there's
fairly
just
rare in
zero
this meta.
redirection.
Like Shodan saying War Turtle should have follow me, but
That's NetDex.
Yes, the paradox.
yeah. This is just feels bad for VGC players.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
more
like,
redirection. It's annoying to deal with.
yeah,
But
but like
yeah,
Conk
when you got
Gambit
two
is
fake
going
out
to be doing
users,
good things in Trick Room, and you have a good Trick Room setter.
Yeah.
yeah,
No
Kronk's really
trigger.
strong. Even King Gambit can be. You've got that snow mode, sorry, with Sand Slash.
Okay,
You've got a pretty good
sounds
fast
sure.
mode with your Gengar, Noiver, and Cinderace,
Gengar
right?
Cinderace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gengar, Noiva, and Cinder. Wasn't someone talking about this exact same core in singles, but with Chin Pao? Like Chin Pao, Gengar, Noiva, and Cinderace? I'm pretty sure it was SBF.
Oh, it does sound solid.
It might have been Sora. I don't remember. But yeah, solids. It just hits really hard, this team. But it's going to be very good.
Yeah.
Like, you've also got all the tools you need, fundamentally. You've got sort of an in-game mon, you've got, like, fake out and the stuffs. TM, but weaknesses, none of them look really egregious. You have some weaknesses, but you have resists for every type. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's finally a draft where not all of the mons are that great, but all of the mons can realistically come to a matchup.
Yeah, actually, it's one of the few ones that have that. It's pretty
Good job.
nice. Well done, Ryan.
Yeah. It's
I think
solid.
I will finalize my rankings and post those along with the other stuffs. I'll also include like a ranking number in the corner. So thank you, Kaz and Scythe, for discussing with me, and I hope y'all have enjoyed these power rankings and aren't too hurt by them. Because like I really don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You guys are really cool people, and I don't want to make you sad. I'll catch you on the flip side, and let's end this now.